I've never had these before. This is the first time I've had these. I've seen them forever here, and this is the first time I've had them. This is not an advertisement. I repeat, this is not an advertisement. I'm not getting paid for this. And we're going to talk about pay and different types of jobs. And so what that brings me to is, how do you tell a prostitute in Japan? How do you tell? Is there an easy way? Can you stereotype and say that this girl looks like a prostitute and this one doesn't? Like, she has long nails, wears a certain type of dress, she's wearing pumps, she's got fancy nails, her age, maybe she's 13, maybe she's 40. How do you tell a prostitute? And where do they congregate? So here we are, coincidentally, at Shinjuku. It used to be the biggest red light district in Asia back in the bubble, but I don't think it is anymore. But this Kabukicho, they call it. And you just leave out of the south exit, hang a left, you end up here, Kabukicho. What's ironic is they got the employment office in the same place. So if you're looking for a job, you might find a job. So basically, yeah, that used to be a red light district, but you can tell a prostitute, like, I'm telling you, you can come up to a hooker, or we're going to stick with prostitutes now, and you can say, I'm telling you. You say it, I am telling you. And so that's how you tell a prostitute. You say, I'm telling you, and then you've told a prostitute, right? So that's pretty basic. But how do you tell? By dress? Is it the circles under the eyes, the purple circles under the eyes? Is it too much makeup? Is it a wig? Is there a definitive? Is she dressed in a night dress? Is she wearing a red dress? Is she wearing a purple dress? Is she wearing a dress? Is she wearing high heels and shorts? And to be honest, I'm not the expert. A friend of mine that's a true expert, I'm being straight up. But from my experience of living in Tokyo off and on, is there's no definitive, there's no way to tell. So they can dress anyway. They can be, I've met them from 13 to 60. And not that I've partaken or bought such a thing, but I've met them, all those different age groups. And then, and they dress all different styles. So you can't, I mean, some dress really fancy, and others dress like a housewife. Some dress like, yeah, it's impossible. You can't say they dress a certain way. You can't exactly say anything about that at all. You can't tell by the clothes they wear. You can't tell by the way they walk. There's no easy way to tell, other than when you whip out some cash. When you bring that cash out and they come to you like bees on honey, that's a good indicator right there. So when you bring out that cash, all of a sudden you have a congregation of them. Odds are, you know, they're up for sale. And there's no way to tell. They can dress high school, they can dress college, they can dress business, they can dress housewife, they can dress long extravagant fingernails with little things, this and that. but there's no absolute way to tell. There's none. There's no, you can't stereotype them. And I think it should be legal everywhere on the planet. I think it's really stupid to have it illegal. I think it should all be legal. But in the country where I come from and other countries I've been in, the reason why they have it illegal is so they can make more money off it, right? So you have this housewife, for example. She doesn't want to put out. And she, for one reason or another, she doesn't want to put out. And the way the laws are now, she can say you raped her if you're not getting any offer. I mean, unless near some countries you can still do that. But if you're not getting any action, and she doesn't want to put out, you know, and konnichiwa, and so the prostitution, you can't tell. You cannot tell by looks, and you can't tell. So don't even try. You know, it's just when you whip out that cash, they will come out. And then, like, far as areas, like they have the main red light district, right? That I just went over. They have a couple of main, like you walk in the shop or store or whatever, and they offer different services like a bath or something like that. You kind of know when you go in there, you have an idea generally what it's about. But there's a lot of freelance, and since the technology now, because of the smartphone, they don't need a pimp, or they don't need someone to supervise them. They can go into business for themselves, subcontractor, and basically they're not bound by anything. You know, they just, as long as they're bound by their cell phone, and as long as the batteries are charged, or their smartphone, actually now it's smartphone, and as long as their batteries are charged, then they're in business. So there is no, like generally, yeah, there's some areas, like I mentioned and shown during this show, there's some general areas where you can have that stereotype and say, yeah, in this area they probably are, in this room they probably are. But anywhere else in Tokyo, there's no, like, it could be anywhere. And on the internet, it could be like, I don't know why this happened to me, and I'm kind of upset about it. But they set me up with the Tinder, basically. They set my ass up. And I'm kind of pissed off about, it's the usual jealous guys. Because I didn't have anything. I didn't have any nude pics. I didn't have any obscene pics and all that stuff, and they made sure my Tinder account, they wanted to put me out of the ball game. But the bottom line is most of the chicks I met on Tinder are up for sale, you know. Yeah, they're dating, but for a price. So, and a lot of those dating sites there, and this is all good, and it's from God, and it's important. So that's quickly, in a nutshell.